Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane wants his move sorted within the next 2 weeks. Fabrizio Romano said today that Man United are in contact with Real Madrid for Raphael Varane. He said there's been no official bid yet and it won't be a quick deal, but he did mention the personal terms are an issue. Real Madrid give Raphael Varane's agent an approval to hold talks with Man United. We have been in advanced talks. Real Madrid offered Raphael Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. But yeah, we have now reached an agreement. Man United expect to pay around €50 million for Varane. So there's a very, very good chance that Raphael Varane is going to be our third signing of this summer transfer window. His wage demands are a concern. Varane is demanding £400,000 a week in wages. But we have said we'll give Varane the wages he wants. Varane has decided to leave Real Madrid. His current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. Varane was a long servant at Real Madrid. He endured over 10 years with them, made 360 appearances in all competitions, got a great pedigree as a player. He won 18 major honours with Real Madrid. Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. But went in from 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Recent reports said that Chelsea could hijack our move for Varane. PSG have been in for him, but Fabrizio Romano did mention that his move to PSG is impossible because PSG are closing in on getting Sergio Ramos. And he also said that Varane is open to the idea of joining Man United because it's unlikely he'll extend his time with Real Madrid. Now, I want to give you some news on Cristiano Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo is available for just £25 million. There has been talks of a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal. I think Juventus are looking to save £75 million by offloading Ronaldo. Now, reports from Italy said a few weeks ago that Man United offered Cristiano Ronaldo a 2-year contract worth £17 million a year. That equates to around £330,000 a week. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update on Ronaldo. He said that Ronaldo's not negotiating a new contract with Juventus and he has a big decision to make this summer. And he said George Mendes is set for a Cristiano Ronaldo transfer meeting. Ronaldo's contract with Juventus expires next year. Ronaldo is regarded as the best player in the world. He's won 32 major trophies in his playing career and 5 Ballon d'Ors. He's been at Juventus for 3 years. Juventus paid £100 million for him from Real Madrid back in 2018. We had Ronaldo for 6 years. We had him from 2003 to 2009. When he was with us, he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League, he won the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the FIFA Club World Cup. We paid just £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2003. We sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for £80 million. Ronaldo enjoyed like 9 or 10 years with Real Madrid. Man United have enjoyed a good summer transfer window so far. So far, we have made 2 signings. Obviously, we got Tom Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Tom Heaton is obviously a replacement for Sergio Romero because we released Sergio Romero not so long ago. Tom Heaton signed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of an extra year. And obviously we've signed Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund confirmed Jadon Sancho's move to Man United. He's officially a Man United player. We agreed a fee of £73 million. There's £5 million in add-ons. And Sancho's agreed a 5-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Sancho will get around £250,000 a week at Man United. Sancho will undergo his medical after the Euros and Sancho will be wearing the number 7 shirt. But I did say, didn't I, that I'm expecting Man United to enjoy a very good summer transfer window because I am very convinced now that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. It said not so long ago that Solskjaer decided on his transfer targets and he did say that he wants to strengthen up in 4 positions. If we can get Varane on the board and then we can get someone else in, I'm convinced we can win the Premier League next season. Obviously, Solskjaer wants to win the Premier League next season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. We have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles. But next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Next season, Solskjaer must win a trophy because Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. But at long last, Solskjaer is getting the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for a long time. Our board did say that they'll back Solskjaer with summer signings and a new 3-year contract, despite the Europa League final loss to Villarreal last season. And before the transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a £150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. And Joe Glazer's obviously promised Man United supporters that Solskjaer will get the funds that are available. Joe Glazer attended a fans forum on the 4th of June, his first attendance in 15-16 years. Earlier on today, I gave you the news on David De Gea. David De Gea will hold talks with Solskjaer over his future after the Euros. According to ESPN, De Gea is unsure what Solskjaer's final decision is. De Gea is determined to stay, despite obviously Tom Heaton coming in. We've got 4 goalkeepers now. De Gea and Dean Henderson's futures are in doubt. De Gea said not so long ago that he's determined to win his place back, and he's not sulked since losing his spot to Dean Henderson. I think we should offload De Gea in this summer transfer window. I think there's some United fans that I'd like him to stay, but I think he will be with us for next season. But yeah, again, we could sell him. De Gea's endured 10 years at the club, so he's been a long servant. I reckon he's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us, because in the last couple of years, De Gea has been a liability because he's made quite a lot of mistakes. But De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances in all competitions, and he was our number 1 for such a long time. As De Gea got 2 years left on his current contract, he's on £375,000 a week. Man United are going to offload players in this summer transfer window, so reflecting on that, our transfer budget will obviously increase. There's a very, very good chance that we're going to offload Anthony Martial. There's a good chance we're going to offload Donny van der Beek. There's a good chance we're going to offload Matic. Pogba, he could leave, but I think Paul Pogba will stay at Man United for next season. Brandon Williams, I think there's a very, very good chance that we're going to loan him out to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities. Phil Jones, I'm expecting us to offload him. It looks like Axel Tuanzebe's leaving. Diego Dalot, I think he's leaving as well. We'll be looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. And like I said, De Gea, he could be sold. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season at Man United, because obviously he's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. And Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United for 30 months, which is over 2 years. He's been permanent Man United manager for around 27 months. Because obviously in Solskjaer's first 3 months, he was the interim manager. He did very, very well as the interim manager, did Solskjaer. So that's why the club decided to give him the job permanently back in March 2019. Ole has under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. I'm Ole in at the moment. There's quite a few United fans that are Ole in, but there's also United fans that are Ole out. I think Ole does deserve next season. Despite us signing Sancho, it doesn't change my perception on Solskjaer. I don't think Solskjaer is a long-term manager for Man United, but I hope I'm proven wrong. Like I've said to you on my other videos, the reason Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved him. Disregarding being a club legend, I can almost assure he would have been sacked now. Ole endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. Solskjaer hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. That doesn't mean though he can't succeed with us. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He endured 2 spells at Molde. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. He only enjoyed a short tenure with them. Next season, Solskjaer must improve his decision making as well. Because in a lot of his games at Man United, he has been tactically naive. There has been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to show that persistently. In a lot of the games Solskjaer has managed at Manchester United, he's obviously gone with the 4-2-3-1 formation a lot. Obviously, he's tried different formations, but I think we'll go a lot with that 4-2-3-1 formation next season. But, you've got to give Ollie credit in quite a lot of aspects. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. You've got to turn around and say Solskjaer's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager, because Solskjaer was inheriting a lot of deadwood. He's got rid of a lot of the deadwood, but he's still inheriting some deadwood now. And Solskjaer knew when he taken over at Man United that it was going to be a massive job despite him knowing the culture of the club. And Solskjaer knew he had a lot to do. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth, so that's another thing I've got to credit him for. I think he has made good signings as Manchester United manager. So far, he's spent, over £300 million now. He must have brought a good 14, 15 players in. In the summer of 2019, brought Daniel James, and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odion Ighalo in on loan. We let Ighalo go in January. In the summer of 2020, which was last year, brought Edison Cavani in, Alex Telles, Donny van der Beek, Amad Diallo, Traore and Facundo Pellistri. We let Pellistri go in January this year. And obviously in this summer transfer window, so far he's brought Tom Eaton in and Jadon Sancho. And like I've mentioned, he's brought a few academy players in. Like I've said, we've seen a lot of players leave since Solskjaer came in as well. Like I said not so long ago, we released Sergio Romero, we released Joel Pereira. We did release 6 academy players as well, but I can't remember all the names of them. In January, obviously, we loaned Jesse Lingard out to West Ham. He did very, very well, Lingard, whilst he was out on loan with West Ham. Lingard could be staying with us though, because West Ham are struggling to meet his 25 million asking price. Lingard has demanded regular game time if he's to stay at Man United, and not so long ago Lingard told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay with us. We need to cash in on Lingard. Like I said, we'll get from between 20 to 25 million. Lingard's got a year left on his contract. He said we've actually offered Lingard a new 3-year contract worth £130,000 a week. The reason we loaned him out in January is because he got frozen out of our squad, didn't he? We let Ighalo go in January, didn't we? We loaned Tiedemann Mengi out. We loaned Facundo Pellistri out. We let Marcus Rojo go. And we let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go. And in the other transfer windows Ollie's enjoyed, we've seen a lot of other players go. Seen Lukaku leave the club. I think we should have kept Lukaku, to be honest with you. We let Alexis Sanchez go. We let Herrera go. I think he's another player we should have kept because he enjoyed 5 good years at Man United. We let Fellaini go. We let Angel Gomez go. We let Matteo Darmian go. We let Smalling go. We let Valencia go. We let Ashley Young go. Don't forget we loaned Dalot out. We loaned Andres Pereira out. At one point we loaned Dylan Levitt out. We loaned Tahiv Chong out. We loaned James Garner out. Disham Bernard, didn't we loan him out at one point as well? So there you go. I don't know if I've mentioned all the players that I've left since Solskjaer came, but that's a lot of them anyway. In Solskjaer's first full season, he got us to 3 semi-finals and he got us a 3rd place finish. in his second full season, got us to the Europa League final, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, got us a second place finish last season. Last season, went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That is a record. And we've enjoyed very, very good periods under Ollie, where we have seen consistency. So there's these positives. Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. He's our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson. The three managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. In recent years, we've overpaid for players. Our recruitment was so poor for a long time. In that aspect, the blame stems from the board. We've only won, 4 trophies since Ferguson retired. That was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. So that just indicates how inconsistent we have been for a long time. And we must have brought a good 40, 41 players in now since Ferguson retired, and we've spent over £1 billion on them. I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. Obviously, the Glazers have been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Obviously, United fans have been demanding the Glazers out. A lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. The Glazers have been with us for 16 years. They bought the club for $500 million back in 2005. Woodward, he's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Woodward has had a 16-year association with Man United. It got announced earlier on this year that he resigned as Man United vice chairman. He's resigning at the end of the year, but I presume all United fans were happy with the news regarding Ed Woodward. Right now, a second. Need to go to the toilet. Yep, so I am now back. But, there is very, very good players at Manchester United. Like I've said, you've got Dean Henderson, very good goalkeeper. Solskjaer said not so long ago that he's chosen Dean Henderson to be our number 1 for next season. The right decision because he's reliable enough to be our number 1. Luke Shaw, he's really, really improved. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries, and he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Tellez. Shaw's endured over 7 years now at Man United. Alex Tellez don't really have much of a perception on him because he's hardly played, but in some of the games he was involved in last season, he was consistent. When we got Tellez last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. I really, really did. Eric Bailly, he's a decent centre half. But my element of concern about Eric Bailly is injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. Towards the end of last season, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. Harry Maguire, he's good when he wants to be. Scored in England's 4-0 win tonight against Ukraine. And Wan-Bissaka, I think he's a good right back. He's one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville Defensively, Bissaka's superb, but he's got to show more attacking intent. But there was some games last season where he did show some good attacking intent. Pogba, we've been getting the best out of him in recent months. Pogba does bring creativity to the team. I'm hopeful we can get Paul Pogba a new contract. Scott McTominay, he's a decent player. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, he's very, very good as well. Fabrizio Romano recently said that Man United are looking at a new contract for Fernandes. Mason Greenwood, he's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Edison Cavani, he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in, and Rashford's also good when he wants to be. So anyway guys, that's everything to update for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Oh, by the way, before I go guys, just got something to tell you that I am going on holiday tomorrow. I'm only staying over for one night, so I probably won't be doing any more videos for the next couple of days. So I probably will be back at some point on Tuesday. I may do one tomorrow morning, we'll see.